Unit 5, Practice Test 2, Question 6. We need to find an equation when we're given the graph. The leading coefficient, or the coefficient in front of all of the factors, is either 1 or -1. We have to figure out which. We don't know, but it's one of those. So we don't have to multiply by -3 or -5. It's either 1 or -1. To start with, first of all, I'm going to find the zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4. My zeros are -1, 0, 2, and 3. And my end behavior, I will need that eventually, so I'm going to find it now. If x is going to infinity, y has to go to positive infinity as well. And when x goes to negative infinity, y goes to negative infinity. So I look at my zeros. First of all, I'm going to need x equals 0, so I'm going to put x out front since it doesn't have x plus 0 is just x. I could put x in parentheses and say x plus 0, but it's really just x. X plus 1 will make this will make y go to 0 when x is -1. -1 plus 1 is 0. That makes y 0. X minus 2 will make y 0 when x is 2. And x minus 3 will make y 0 when x is 3. So I look at those. Now I have to look at the exponents. If I look at my zeros here, I find that at 3, the line just crosses the x-axis. It doesn't do anything else. So I know this is an exponent of 1. The same thing as 0. This is an exponent of 1. But when x is -1, it just touches the line. It comes up, touches the line, and goes back down. That tells me my exponent has to be even. Because if I'm even, it's going to be the same side of the axis, whether I'm above -1 or below -1. If I look at 2, though, 2 crosses, but it goes horizontal before it, or while it's crossing, it goes horizontal. So to get it to cross, I have to have an odd exponent. That way this side is negative, this side is positive. When I had my even exponent, both sides were negative. And that's going to give me a clue later, but both sides are negative here, so I need to have an even. One side's negative, one side's positive, so I need to have an odd. But it goes flat, it goes horizontal, so I can't have 1. Okay. Now I have to look at my end behavior. If I look at my end behavior, if x is positive, these are all positive. So x is greater than 3. That forces us to be positive. This is positive, this is positive. I have all positive numbers. Y goes to positive infinity. I look at what happens when x is negative. I have a negative here. This is going to be negative because I'm going to be less than -1. So I'll either be -2, -3, -1,000,000. Some number so that all of these are negative. And if I look at this, I have 1, 2, 3 factors, 4, 5, 6 factors, 7 factors. So I have a total of 7 factors. 3 of them are here, 2 of them are here, 5, 6, 7. If I have 7 negative numbers multiplied together, my answer is going to be negative. So I'm going down this way. If it were the other way, if I had a graph that looked like this, then I would know that I would need a negative number here. Because when they're all positive, I'd be going negative. I'd need a negative sign. In this case, when they're all positive, y is positive, I don't need the negative sign.